Good morning, students. Today we are studying a new chapter, The Sound of Music, Part 1, Eveline Glennie. Listens to sound without hearing it. This is the image of the main character of this chapter. This is the image I have taken from her personal website. So, to make the chapter more interesting, just go on the other resources and search about this character, Eveline Glennie. This will make the chapter more interesting for you. Okay, let's start the chapter. So before starting, let's go through this map. See, this is the map of United Kingdom and Ireland. So we just ignore the island part, only the island part. And United Kingdom is divided in four parts: England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. The main reason to show this image in this chapter is because the main character, the Eveline Glennie, is from Scotland. So she is called Scottish. Now she is from a small village. She is going to London for her studies. It's mentioned in the chapter. So before starting, I need to make it clear to you. Okay, let's start the chapter. Rush hour crowds jostled for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Okay, let's start. Let's do the explanation for you for this paragraph. It was peak traffic time at London's underground train platform. Everyone were pushing each other and waiting for the train to come. Among them, a small and thin 17-year-old girl, and she was looking more younger than her age. She was nervous and excited. As the train was coming to the station, she could feel the vibration of the coming train. Now, the words of sound like vibration are more important. So please focus. She is a deaf person. She is feeling the sound by her body. That's called vibration. A person who is standing nearby are listening to the noise or sound. For her, the sounds are feeling the vibration. Okay, next. It was her first day at Royal Academy of Music in London, and more frightening for her because she was coming from a village in Scotland to such a big city as London. See, I've shown you the one slide before, the second slide, that the map of United Kingdom, the England was down and Scotland was above in blue color. So she is from Scotland. That's why she is called Scottish. Someone from England or London are called British. So she is coming from a Scottish village to learn music in London. Okay, I hope the map is now beneficial to you. She was a aspiring musician who wants to be a musician, who faced a bigger challenge. That was the other aspiring musician in the Royal Academy of Music were normal people. There were no one deaf. Now, she was the only one. There's a more interesting story about her. Like if you go through something videos of Wikipedia, other sources on the internet, she was the only person. There was no one before her to get selected into Royal Academy of Music in London, who was physically impaired. She was deaf and she was the only person. She convinced them that she can feel the music. But after that, there was drastic change in selection for the music and for the candidates. The person who doesn't have hands or legs, they can also be a student in Royal Academy of Music. So that's the determination she had, and she convinced the faculties that she can be a great musician. She has proved that. Okay, let's do the second paragraph. Eveline Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Eveline was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Eveline managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. By the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. We'll do the explanation of half-second paragraph here only. That aspiring and deaf musician was Eveline Glennie. Eveline's mother, Isabel Glennie, noticed that when she called Eveline to play the piano, she was just waiting as if she didn't hear her mother's voice. For a good amount of time, she had hidden her weakness of hearing from her friends and teachers. This weakness of not hearing properly was getting bigger and bigger every day. By the time she was 11, her weakness had resulted into her poor performance in the class. By seeing her poor performance, her school headmistress requested her parents to take her to the doctor. So this is the explanation of the second paragraph, half here only. Second paragraph continued. It was then discovered that hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to the school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Here, impaired means weakened or become less strong. Gradual means slowly. Okay, explanation of this second paragraph. Half. Doctor, after doing the examination of hearing, doctor told her parents she had become deaf due to the total nerve damage. She was advised to be fitted hearing aid and go to the school of deaf, and she was devastated and deteriorated by hearing this news. Paragraph third. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but her percussionist, Ron Forbes, spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way. Okay, after her total deafness, after 11, when she was 12 years old, she decided she would leave a normal life and pursue her interest in music. She was totally positive and determined. Going through every day in school, in the deaf school, one day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone. A xylophone, go on the internet, search, is the most interesting musical instrument, and decided she wanted to play it too. And when she was going to play it, somehow the teacher discouraged her because she can't listen to music. But when you don't have one feature in your body, you can feel this music from other sense. But there was one unique teacher, Ron Forbes, spotted her potential. Potential means the quality, the raw talent in her. He began by tuning two large drums, like you tune your guitar. He tuned the two large drums to different notes. The notes you know, thump, thump, thump. Don't listen through your ears. She gives the instruction to Evelyn. Okay, please, Evelyn, don't listen through your ears. Think like that they are not anymore. Listen through your body. Feel the music. Feel the vibration. And now you know the meaning of vibration. Try to sense it. Sense it means to feel some other way from the body, from the senses. How do you play the drum? The loose hand or the tight hand will give the sound. You can feel the sound. This has been explained by her in her video. I have attached the link in the last slide. Okay. This is the explanation of the third paragraph. Third paragraph continued. Evelyn, suddenly I realized I could feel the high drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibration. Rest was sheer determination and hard work. I hope this is a clear explanation. Like she had realized, like she had got the potential, and there is a teacher, Ron Forbes, to teach her. She could now feel the music through her body, through her hands. She could feel the vibration when she places the sticks on the drum. She got the direction. Now the rest was history. With a sheer determination, pure determination and hard work, she achieved her goal. This explanation of third paragraph continued. Fourth paragraph, she never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra. By the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance. By the end of 3 years course, she had captured the most of the top awards. Okay, this is the fourth paragraph. I just request you to go again on the first paragraph in the slide of the first paragraph and read through it. The first paragraph gives information that she is going to Royal Academy for the first day. Now, fourth paragraph, like after touring the whole United Kingdom, she decided that she need to learn the music professionally. So she auditioned for Royal Academy of Music, and after getting admitted, so she scored the highest marks in the history of the academy. She gradually moved from orchestral as the group work and solo. Orchestra is a group, the whole band. Solo is individual. So at the end of 3 year course, she had captured the most of the top awards. She became the perfect. She became the true musician after her deafness also. This is the explanation of the fourth paragraph. Fifth, and for all this, Eveline won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you're going, you will get there. She got right to the top to the top, the world's most sought after multi percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instrument and hectic international schedule. After completing a course from Royal Academy of London, she became one of the most world best percussionist. She got the knowledge of many instruments. This percussionist not means to only limited to drums. There's one more video link I've attached. It gives it Royal Academy of Army of USA. There are many instruments in percussionist, and she has a hectic, very busy international schedule from London to New York, New York to Delhi. So this was her schedule, but she was a modest person. This can be learned by this tool. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. It gives a lesson. If you work hard to the goal which you want to achieve, you know you will get there at any cost. And she got right to the top world, and she has achieved many good awards. You can go on the YouTube and search about it. This is the explanation of the fifth paragraph. Paragraph 6. It is intriguing to watch Eveline function so effortlessly without hearing. An hour 2 hour discussion. She never missed a word. Man with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with Scottish lit. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. She says, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Now, here intriguing means fascinating and curious. Now, she was functioning in the house when the narrator was taking her interview very easily, like she is listening to everything. But that was really fascinating for the narrator to see. In the 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. When the narrator was saying, talking to her or questioning to her, Eveline never missed a word. She explained like she had a problem listening. The bushy person with a whole beard face gave them is very difficult for her to understand. Is not she explained it is not just watching the lips; it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly without any mistake with a Scottish lit. Scottish lit is a Scottish pronunciation or Scotland way of talking. The reasons she can work and perform, listen, or to understand flawlessly because her speech was clear, because she could hear till she was 11 years old. After that, she was totally deaf. She says, but narrator also explained that she never informed her or explained the narrator how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Basic Japanese means easy to converse. What is the food? Where is the way? And that's how to have a simple conversation with anyone in Japanese. That's the explanation of the sixth paragraph. Seventh paragraph. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, even my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. Tingles means tingles in the skin like small vibration. Resonance here means echoes of sound. Tingle means causes slight pricking or stinging sensation, small sensation. This is the way she feels the music, or she feels the sound from her point of view. Go through the video, you'll get the you can better explain in the words. This is the way she felt the music or felt the sound. Okay, this is the explanation of the seventh paragraph. Surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award, says master percussionist James Blades. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. Like a normal musician, he or she hears makes the music, but she feels the vibration, vibes, the waves of the music through her hand, through her bare feet, and she produces very beautiful music. The award was given to her individual, soloist means individual performance. This is achievement, and this is the comments by the master percussionist James Blade. Paragraph 9. Evelyn confesses that she is working something of a workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons, hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. And Richland of Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. See, this is the inspiration the deaf children are getting. This by seeing Evelyn in the concerts, like if she can perform it, the other deaf children can also perform it. And she's a workaholic. Workaholic means person who finds it difficult to stop working. She's so passionate about the music she is making every day. That's the word interest called. A person who is a workaholic and loves his or her work a lot. Paragraph number 10th and the last paragraph. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She has brought percussions to the front of the orchestra and she demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who are look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. Evelyn Glennie has already achieved more than most people together. She has brought percussion. The percussion is the music, a group of people who play the drums to the main front of the orchestra and demonstrate that the percussion has some value in the music society. She has given inspiration to the handicapped person, not only the deaf one, to the other community of the handicapped persons, and told them and given them a fire in their soul to achieve anything they want to. This story has been narrated by Deborah Cowley. This is the explanation of the chapter, part 1. Okay, students, before leaving, this is the last slide. This is extra information to make the chapter more interesting. Click on this links to find out more about Evelyn Glennie. First links, the first video is by Evelyn Glennie by herself, and she tells how she listens and feels the music. Second is more important because you'll come to know the differentiate between the other many types of instruments which are in the percussionist like xylophone, drums, everything will come to know. So please enjoy the videos and thank you and have a nice day. If you like the video, so please press the like button. Thank you and have a nice day.